personal mixtape for my aunt, Cathy Vance. So it's interesting, the songs I picked for this mixtape are actually from a fairly specific time period because I have a fairly specific memory of my aunt. So the year is 1989. And my aunt, because she's a good listener and a good person, I forget what we were talking about. Like I had some kind of, as an ongoing, mental dilemma that I was going through. And my aunt just listened. Like, she always listens. She has always been that person in my corner. I think that whenever I look back as a teenager, she's one of my, other than my parents, she's one of my, most vocal supporters. She's probably gone to everything that everybody always went to. But she would always listen to me when I really needed it. And so when I think about my aunt, I don't know what the conversation was. I can't remember what it was about. I just remember standing on her porch when it was over. I was hugging her, just leaving. And I was like, something told me to remember it. Something was like, no, you need to remember this because this was important. The fact that you recognize that someone's trying to help you when you're not the biggest person for asking for help, or the fact that someone's willing to jump in and be like, hey, I'll talk to you, help you figure out what's going on at a time when you really need to figure out what's going on, is important. And so I've always kind of remembered that drive home and thinking about what she said, and I'm sure I tried to apply it because my life turned out okay. Like, whatever advice she was giving me, I used it because I know that I looked at the world differently from that day to the next day. So all the songs that I have put together on this playlist or on this mixtape are from that era. Because one of the things she got me to do was look at perspectives bigger than myself, and kind of see the world as more of a not just, hey, it's all about me, but what's going on with the rest of the world. And at the time, I was into a lot of what people would term now as world music. So Sting's Fragile is on this list. Biko by Peter Gabriel's on this list. They Dance Alone by Sting is also on this list. And these are songs that at the time everybody was talking about, or people were looking into your world events and how we can be better international people on the planet. And for a long time, I think at the time when I was a freshman in high school, I was into trying to be a good person. So I joined Amnesty International. I got into a bunch of causes. And what it all taught me was that you can think about your fellow man and look at that. But what it reminded me about was that we are all kind of interconnected. That that in trying to help other people, you're really trying to help yourself. You're really trying to move yourself forward as a person. And so a lot of these songs are about that. A lot of these songs are, some of them are songs that she likes, which is why I haven't talked about all the songs on this list like I do in some other videos. But a lot of these songs are about how I was, what I was feeling then, and how she helped me kind of just become a more well-rounded adult. I feel like I'm a more well-rounded adult now. I don't always do all the adult things right, but I don't think any adult's really doing all the adult things right because we're all, imperfect. So I just want to come on and talk about this list and introduce it and thank my aunt for always being there and being a good person and always being an ear when I really needed it. Even now, she's always talking about. Will talk occasionally, and she'll ask me how I'm doing, and she always asks me how I'm doing in that way, like, "Hey, are you really all right?" Like, So, just wanted to say thanks, and here is your mixtape.